Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be why women are hot and cold. I've got an email here from a guy. He says, "Hey Corey, I am talking to a girl that is very hot and cold. From what you say, she is living in the moment and raises and lowers her interest based on what I do. I am going to try and focus on that more and see how that works. The other day I asked her to hang out. She said she would see how she felt after work and let me know. After she got off, I asked her how she felt, and she said that she felt like just like relaxing, and that she was going to stay in. Now, I would say one thing where you screwed up is that you basically put your personal life on hold, waiting whether or not she was going to be available. And so when a girl says she's not sure yet, just say, well, all right, we'll do it some other time then. Not a big deal. If you just want to chill a night, then why don't you go ahead and do that, and we'll get together some other time. And just walk away. You got to be willing to do the takeaway, because when you put your life on hold and you wait on a girl like that, it communicates that you got nothing else going on in your life, or that you're not very successful with women. Because guys that are successful with women, they just don't tolerate bullshit or nonsense. Why? Because we want to go out with somebody that actually really wants to spend time with us, not somebody that's kind of flaky or lukewarm or whatever. And so by doing the takeaway, by withdrawing your offer and just saying, hey, we'll do it some other time, when she gives you that kind of a response, because the idea is you want to set a definite date with her. You don't want to leave things up in the air. So he says, after she said that, I decided to go out with some friends and not worry about it. That was a perfect thing you should have done. He says, a little while later, she texted me saying she was going to a bar. That kind of pissed me off, because she didn't feel good enough to just chill with me, but she could go to a bar. And that's exactly why when a woman gives you a flaky answer, or she's kind of then you just go and do something else with somebody else that really wants to hang out, really wants to spend time with you. He says she explained her, let's see here. She explained her girlfriend begged her to go with her. When she was at the bar, her friend kept calling me, telling me to come out because she wanted me there, but I told her no because I already made plans. Good response. He says, after I went home, she blew up my phone and said she really wanted to see me. She ended up coming over, and we made out a bunch, and she was really playful and into me. See? A man does what he must in spite of the consequences. You wanted to go out and have a good time, whether it was with her, which was your first choice, your first option, but her response was, I'm kind of busy. I think I'm just going to do nothing tonight. And as a man, you should say, okay, have fun sitting at home. I'm going to go out and have a good time. I'll talk to you later. And then you go on about your life. And when women realize that you go on about your life with or without them, whether they're with you or not, and they have a high level of attraction and interest for you, it'll usually get them off the fence and cause them to start reaching out to you, which is exactly what she did. So you handled it beautifully. He says, my question is, why does she want to see me one minute and not the next? Women are like cats. They come and go as they please. Feminine energy tends to be indecisive, kind of, and it's all dependent upon how you act. And probably there's other things that you've done in the past since you've been seeing her that caused her to be this way. But you handled it beautifully, so don't sweat it. You can't get upset or worried about it. It's like when a chick says no, or she's busy, or she's not that into it. Just, hey, give me a call when you change your mind, or shoot me a text if you change your mind, and maybe I'll let you know where, if I'm out with my buddies and we're doing something fun, maybe you can meet up with us. You just leave it like that, and then she can meet up with you later, and then you can take her home. But at the end of the day, she came over to your place, which is great. So, she comes over to your place. You should have been dropping the hammer. You should have been giving her the old flesh rocket. And make sure you wear your raincoat, obviously, in that particular situation. But, she's coming over to your place, and so it just tells me that you just didn't take it far enough and go. You got to be direct and go for what you want. At the end of the day, you're the one that has the penis. So he says, a few nights later, we were talking about how I hadn't gotten any sleep from work and that I should go to bed early. I asked playfully if she would come tuck me in and read me a story. She said, aren't you a little bit old for that? And that's a test. She's basically saying, are you like a little boy? And she's kind of messing with you a little bit. And so when you say, will you come over and read me a story? She said, Aren't you a little old for that? Well, actually, I wanted to play Naked Twister with you. Or I was planning on having some Naked Indoor Olympics with you, but that was going to be a surprise, but now you spoiled it. So get your little ass over here. And you just say that to her. Have fun with it. Say outrageous things. He said, I am too old to try and convince a girl to come over and read me a bedtime story. I think not. That wasn't really a great response. It wasn't a playful response. It was kind of an irritated response. She laughed and said, I'm not used to you joking like that. But obviously, I guess it went over well. Then I told her, who said I was joking? She replied, I kind of hope you aren't. To make a long story short, I told her to come over and I'd prove I wasn't kidding. She seemed really into it and said it was really convincing, but she didn't come over. It's just you just weren't strong enough and playful enough in your response, and because you were a little bit pissed off at her, and obviously that came through and you communicated that, and that's why she didn't come over. So why is she saying stuff like this but not acting on her words? It's because of the way you went about it. Like I said, say what I said to you to say earlier, and she probably would have come over. And if not, it's like, who cares? Because it's a mating dance. It's the dating game. That's just the way it is. They want to see what you're made of. And obviously you acted a little bit weak and a little pissed off and a little bit upset, which kind of turned her off, and that's why she didn't come over. So just be a little bit better, be a little bit more direct, be a little bit playful. I mean, look at it this way. James Bond always has the attitude in his movies that, hey, we're going to fucking end up in bed later anyway, so you can go and run off and flirt with these other guys, because I don't really give a shit, because at the end of the day, you're going to be naked with your feet around your head later in my bed anyway, so he doesn't care. You never see him sweat. You never see him worry. You never see him get bothered or diminished by a woman's tests in any way. So that's the best way. Just, you got to practice it a little bit more, and you'll be banging this girl soon enough. Probably the next time you get together, if you do what I said. So if you have a question you want to ask me, or there's a topic you want me to cover in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which is on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max detailing your questions, your situation, your challenges. And you just got to give me several days to get back to you with a response, because I get a lot of email from the internet, and I also get a lot of it from my paying phone coaching customers. But be patient, and I will get back to you. And if you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. And you can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which is going to be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. And if you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, which I highly recommend if you haven't read it yet, on my website, directly underneath the email sign-up box, is another box that will have a link to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you click it and go to the download page, on the right-hand side, there is a button that will open up a window where you can download one of their free e-reader apps, because you don't have to have a Kindle device to read the Kindle version of my ebook. Download one of their free apps for your Android phone, your iPhone, your Android tablet, your iPad, your Mac, your PC, whatever device you want to read it on. It takes a matter of seconds to download and install. And once you've got it download and install, it only takes a few more seconds to complete the purchase of my book, and you'll be reading it in no time. And I will talk to you soon.